상제 주당 조제 전음라 장전바도 단내자 조제 다게 주진지에 소문지 엔도라 로와라쇼 상제 주당 조제 전음라 장전바도 단내자 조제 다게 주진지에 소문지 엔도라 벤제 상제로 상제 주당 조제 전음라 장전바도 단내자 조제 다게 주진지에 Kala benche sanjin duwaru Teve jajin diri jaza vete jeba jin jeba dala de jin kuwai Deve la bengen jashin da chungsi yumen be le wangbo tane le bo zu la tu be sun nin ji Tambe shan ni jin he jime la zu lu zu jeba ta chi ji jin ne sim la shu ji ka ji ne lu ji gu jen na be du ji Nimamba yene gun seba chebe ime zen da samba ji yu nan de sanje zong da chi we lan de la zo nian ba la cha we na ma la ge zang zang de jing ge he du mo da me ge na zhuo wa gun ji dan ji zang ba tam ji ge do da ge ju So what I was talking before there so, So the way to think, some recognition of what whenever the holy name what we're reciting. So to the first word Lama, so to really understand that. The next one, the Chujipungam, Gete Elanam. The sharing I used about the term, but I should say Daniel Lama was on the Chujipungam. Alone. The Shekusum change colony, Tabuju, Jogale. Tamatsuki to and the majority. That's not a very important one. So the Sheikh is going to bliss, going to the bliss one. So the Buddha, that means Buddha, the Sheikh. Kusum the Trikaya. So important. So it means the point of the Guru. See? The wheels ornament adorned the Trikaya. So I'm going to bliss one. So. Then Tapke Guru Tapke Guru type of jogale. The scripture means so like say control say manifest say in any form to ask something means so that's just the meaning of that essential meaning without going through that particular words, just essential meaning. Then in the ordinary form, guide as a temper, lead the transmigrating beings in the ordinary form, Tamal Tsuji, toward Densebe. So that to you, the refuge and the savior, I may request. How to say it in English? Can you read in English? Yeah. That part.
Yes. Adorned with a Sugata's three bodies and ornamented wheels, you manifest from an alluring net of skillful means in ordinary form to lead all beings. Compassionate refuge savior, I make request to you.
Oh, did you use savior?
Savior.
Oh, I was very surprised. I thought I'm the only one who used the word savior.
That's because of Rinpoche. They changed it because of Rinpoche.
I see. So I went to war. So you are against there. You are against there. The five types of Buddha, you see. The DNA Buddha, I was told in Taiwan by one student, this before we start the center, when I was the first time in Taiwan, so I actually didn't talk to the person. So he's been translator to our first center in Taipei for a long time. So I think center was started at his house. Oh, Niels, okay. So, oh, I see. Started in the Fritz house. In the Fritz house. Yeah. So Neil was the first generation teacher there in Taiwan. So when they want to have, I went there because he's on the advice. After when I see with the offering to Lama just to the aspect password, so they just made offerings to so then that time just before I open the door, going back, going out, might be useful to start center there. So. So then that's how. Then we know nobody there. So didn't happen anything for 1 year. Yeah. Then the one senior Lama in Delhi is Rongta Rinpoche, so he knew some people there. So through his guidance, so one Lama lived in Taiwan. In Switzerland, different countries before, then live in Switzerland, and probably he was Geshe before in Tibet or something, I'm sure. So anyway, he married a Taiwanese girl, and so he received us, he invited us, he received us. So I was there, I'm sure 1 week or something, I'm sure. So the idea was to start center, and as well as what we started now, Dharamsala, quite a number of years ago, and the the Tibetan learning for translation, see. So 3-year course. So actually, my idea was to start Taiwan, so easy to get support and all that. So those Yeah, a long time ago. because we had so much problems there. Well, difficult to find translators, and even find somebody from India, Nepal, don't see, or maybe knew English but didn't know Dharma, and knew some English but didn't know Dharma. So kind of that, or just last at the center. They're young and they go to the center, and then after 1 or 2 months find a friend, then leave from the center. So it's been like that. So many problems. So then I thought better Western people, they learn Tibetan language and then they translate. So the idea started like that. So then trying to establish. So the idea is to have a geshe who can explain the Dharma, and also supposed to be one Western professor or some Western person who can translate Dharma into English, so they can for training, who can help to translate Dharma into English. You see, one geshe to explain Dharma. Then somebody to help the language. You see, but anyways, the Rinpoche said he could do everything. He said, but anyway, wasn't sure the Rinpoche and so then partially to go to see the top abbots. So there were 4 famous abbots in town. So I just to go to see them and ask some questions about what his was asked to ask about the Lama vows, the Bhikshuni vows, lineage, but also to ask that some Dharma questions, or maybe Shinye come about or something. So anyway, the first, not the one very famous abbot who always built very large monasteries in many countries in the world, has a Master Xing Yun. So we plan to go to see that the Rinpoche ranch. This is from Serache, Tenga Rinpoche, Tenje Rinpoche. There's a Geshe like this disciple. So here you would know Geshe like the old students, you see. Very kind teacher. So there. Also then. So this Fritz, we've been the first teachings in anyway. I went there, then only a little talk at the airport. One American professor, or I'm sure George, his name is. So I had a little bit Dharma talk at the airport. That's all, nothing else. So then 1 year, nothing happened. Then invited, so then Fritz, you see. This he's a German person. I've been teaching at the Buddhist college, and so met Neil when first time. I didn't have talk with him. So he invited. So the teaching started at his house. At his house for some time. Then he has a group. Then somebody, another person who's a little limping. What's the president? Rinpoche, I see. Okay, priests. So his house used taught for some time, 1 year or something. They moved Rinpoche's house, right? For something like that, yeah. And then finally found the center in the house, and then started to say. Then Dr. Adrian, there how many? 6 years? 2 years. Oh, I see. So 2 years preliminary practice. So Dr. Adrian went there 2 year preliminary practice. Nearly 3 years? 3 year preliminary practice. So 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 yeah, we were planning to go to pilgrimage to this Master Xin Yun, and the Rinpoche arranged all the cars, everything, connected there. And, so we were supposed to go tomorrow early morning. Then the Fritz came and spent a few hours with the Neil. Told the whole entire so many stories of the Rinpoche. So then Neil came to tell me. So I changed my plan. I said we go back to Nepal tomorrow. So overnight we changed the plan to go back to Nepal, stop going by pilgrimage, and then the next morning Rinpoche came. We're tall and all black, all dressed up black. And that morning his face was also a little bit black. That morning, so he was not happy. So so I told Neil, don't take money if they might be giving bundle of monies. Don't take. So then I was put in another car. Then Neil had another car. So the Rinpoche came with it. Anyway, so the Rinpoche was giving big bundle of money to Neil. So he didn't accept. So we just left. We just came back to Nepal. And then later, the resident teacher of our center in Hong Kong, Geshe, he's same class from Tibet. So then the Rinpoche came. Oh, this Lama Zopa is crazy. He said. So this Lama Zopa is crazy. He's right. He said. More crazy than what he thought. So anyway, yeah. So now he passed away. So I say. Yeah, so it didn't happen. Nothing happened for 1 year. Then they sent a message to they want to have teachings. So they sent Neil to teaching there. That's how the center starts in Taiwan. See? So now there's three center, and then there was another. Last time there was another time before. I think there was one small one somewhere. So anyway. I don't know whether it exists now or not. Yeah, so that's happened. Yeah. So, so both of them, they put a lot of their effort. Did a lot of service there in the early time of the center. So that's how it's been developed. That's why it's been developed up to now. So. So they had changed the resident teachers, so, I mean, it's been a long time ago. So, so now now there's a new resident teacher at Taichung from Daebung Monastery, who is the principal of the school, the Daebung. Soon there will be somebody to come from Sarache, but I think Bendigo comes in. So that's of course a long time ago. So it doesn't change, So yeah. So it's been existing for a long time. So that. So what are we going to say? So Fritz, you see, Fritz not professor, is he? Is he professor? Fritz. Is he professor? Oh, okay. So Fritz said, he told me that Dhyana Buddha has no meaning. He said it's not Sanskrit. It's not Sanskrit. Dhyana Buddha is not Sanskrit. Dhyana is not Sanskrit. He said, it's just the meaning. He said, that's what, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so anyway, Dhyana Buddha became very familiar. I mean, we've been using Dhyana Buddha for many years, so many years. Whether there's no meaning or no meaning. So, well, in the FPMT Dhyana Buddha, the people know over there. You see, the 5 tests of Buddha, you see. So the purity out of the 5 skandhas purified, then the purity of that, you see, takja, then purity is manifested the 5 tests of Buddha, you see. So I've been saying 5 tests of Buddha. Anyway, so Jnana Buddha or 5 tests of Buddha. So I guess, you see, part tests of Buddha, they say, the 6 sensory, 6 six sensory, 6 sense bases. 6 sense bases, they say. Simba, yeah. There's a 6 sense bases. There may be the wisdom others, including the maybe Bhattara, wisdom other 6 maybe. Yeah, so. There's Samba, 6 Sambas, male, female, 6 Sambas. Then you Samba. What is that? Pungam what? What's the word? Pungam, huh? Pungam what? Then, after that? Huh? Sabasama. Then, so forth. The children I used about but then wrathful, male, female, wrathful ladies. But I chose me. But I chose me. So then, in that nature. So the essence of the 3 jewels. The guru did not make a request. You see. Kunjin. So how so how you in the reality every single atom of the holy body, you see, however that's all the Buddha, that's everything, in reality. Even said, the you see the different parts, there's the Buddha, there's the wisdom, the Sabasama, wrathful deities, all that. But every single part, is all is all the Buddha. So the reality of that. Kunjin shi rovalle chungwe. Kunjin shi rovalle chungwe. Jungo kolo chebe danide. 도제 셈비츠 거죠. 리제 쳤다. 도제 셈비츠. 리제 쳤다. 도제 셈비츠. sunju tangpo gong so on de. So, sunju tangpo gong so on de order. So that's the point. That's the point what we have to understand. Sunju tangpo gong bo. Then the next one is the principle of the millions of the mandalas, which are manifestations, which are which are manifested, which are manifested from the Guanyin Yixie, all understanding, omniscience, the chance of wisdom. So all manifested from everything from that. The mandalas, the millions of mandalas. So the principle of that, those million mandalas, the principle, the nature, not the principle, the nature of the millions of the mandala manifested from the omniscience, you see, the wisdom, the chance of wisdom, okay? Rige chapta. So now he's talking about this, the Lama, you see the Lama, Tomba, Lama, so the how the meaning of that are vast, you see. So the nature of the millions of the mandala manifests from the omniscience, is the chance wisdom, okay? So that is it. And that is it. So the nature of that is the millions of mandala. That is, you see, Rige Chapta, which pervades, you see, which pervades, you see, this. All the hundreds of types, of the deities, Buddhas, the deities, which pervade, encompass, which pervades, you see, pervades, which manifest, you see, large with the hundreds, you see, the types, which pervade, which you see, pervade, which manifest, pervade, you see. So it's all manifestation of that, you see. So 100 types of things. How about, you see, how many different, the idea is how many different deities, how many Buddhas, numberless Buddhas, there are numberless Buddhas. So all are, so So the nature of the million mandalas, they're talking about that. So manifested from the omniscience, you see, the transmission. So they, you see, which pervades, which pervades, you see, all the different types of the deities. So in other words, it's the numberless Buddhas. The numberless Buddhas which pervade everything, who manifest everything. Okay, so manifest everywhere, every Buddha, every deity. Okay, so then, chapter. Then one who pervade, you see the chapter. The owner of the pervasiveness, or the one who pervades, okay? Chapter. Then who is that? That is the Vajra holder, the principal Vajra holder. see, Doji Chang, Vajradhara. Doji Chang, the one who's holding Vajra. So the one who's holding Vajra. Yes, it can relate to external Vajra holding, but what it means is transcendent wisdom and non-dual blissfulness. The Dhammakaya. So that so the holy mind is that. So which is a bit off. So that the principle one, see, Vajra, the principle, the Vajra holder, which is a bit off. So Vajradhara, see, come to Vajradhara, which is a bit off. Then Sunju Thambagong, so on there. Sunju Thambagong, the very original. The very original unification, the very original say, unification, the savior, the very Tangbogumbo, Sungju Tangbogum, so the unified. Unified, the very original, see, Tangbogumba, the very original, the savior. To you, I make a request. So that's really describing what Lama is, okay, Guru, okay. You see the Vajra holder principle, the Vajra holder, so that they which possess the Dhammakaya, the meaning of Vajra, the transfer is non-blissful. Okay? So Dhammakaya, so this is what manifests to numbers of all the Buddhas, okay, all the different types of deities. So manifest Vajradhara, they manifest. You see the manifest the Vajra holy body, Bhajra holy speech Amitabha, Vajra holy mind Akshobhya. Then manifest in the five types of Buddha. The manifest. Then that manifests. Then from there you see, from there hundreds, hundreds. So anyway, the reality is manifest numberless Buddhas, pervaded numberless Buddhas. Okay, so you see, all how many numbers of Buddhas manifest, the principle of Vajra holder pervade, you see, but all come back to Vajradhara. All to Vajradhara. It's just one. How many numberless beings manifest, Buddhas, but how different deities, but all into all embodied into one Vajradhara. So now who is that? Really, the Sungju Thambogombo. There is unified the very original savior. So then, so to you, that request to see. So the The University Holy Body of Mind, so this so you see, so you can understand from here. So without Guru, there's no Buddha. Kuru Sangye, she said, Lama may be Korona, Sangye she said, Lama may be Korona. Before the Guru, there's no what's called Buddha. There's no even the name of the Buddha. Before the Guru, there's no even the name of the Buddha. So that's the meaning. See here. So this Sunju Tangpo Gompo. See, the unified, the very original, I say, the savior. So see, so this you see what really Guru means. So Lama, so the Lama Tomba, Lama, so the or Lama Sangye, Lama Church. So all that, the real meaning. So you see, Lama may be Corona, Sangye, there's no name even before the Guru. There's no even name Buddha. Oh, the same meaning. You see. So this Sunju Tangpo Gompo, this unified the original the savior. Then this then this ultimate Guru. You see, they manifest, pervade, from there. Then all the see, the numberless Buddhas come from. And then from there, Sangha, from there, Dharma, from there, Sangha, you see? So that, so everything comes from that. You see? So, so here you can think of kindness of Guru in that, even that way. Very deep, most unbelievable, deep, you see? Oh, so that's why when we do Guru Puja, Namo Guru, first Namo Guru Be, then Namo Buddha, Namo Dhamma Sangha. See, why the Namo Guru Be is why Namo Guru Be first? Our reason is this here. Reason is this. Some say one, I think Tushita in the very early times, Tushita, when we arrived Tushita after the second meditation course, Peter, who has been the director of Mitzvah project, so he so after he did the second course, then he worked building the very quick, the rooms for our monks, rooms for our young monks. You see, very quick one built. Some of the rooms didn't have door. So the course started, and then our young monks, they sleep in the tent, put grass as a bed, put grass and then sleep on that. You see, so there's a lot of grass in the tent. Hairs, where they sleep on. So then, then there was the students come back home, and then they sleep in the room. You see, monks sleep in the tent, the grass, the hay. You see, so that some of the rooms didn't have door. I heard. You see, so they very quickly built up with the Mama Max. So then Peter helped with that. And then he was sent by Lama to Dharamsala, to the Tushita, where my Lama is my Guru. Sometimes we lived there 7 years. Very blessed, real Hiruga's holy place. You see, real place. So I moved down to Lord Dharamsala. So then they to Lama Tushita. So it's called Naroji Koti, because the family who owned the place, is what they call what their family called Naruji, Naruji. What the family call that, because that's the lineage. Naropa, great yogi, Saraha, Telopa, Naropa, then Marpa, Milerapa, see, Naropa. So it's a family where Naropa was born. The way back, the generation. I don't know how many 100 years ago. Yeah, probably more than, I don't know, nearly 1,000 years, more than 1,000. I'm not sure why. So anyway. So this is the generation of the family, not the family. See, where Naraba was born. Yes. So so the family owned that. Yeah. So then Peter was sent there by Lama. Then he fixed. He built toilet. There was no toilet before. Maybe there might be toilet for Rinpoche inside, but. There was no toilet built before, so I built toilet. Then some Western students from Tibetan library, he asked them to paint, and inside where Tepsi lived, and also outside, So So different students who were studying library, they come out to paint. So then. Then we arrived to Shida. After Peter Pigs. So there was sort of examination. We used to do that at Kapan in the very, very early times. So when there were a lot of Sangha, when there was explosion of Sangha, the first explosion was in Sangha. So then we had to examination, you see. We have to have examination. The Lama range, you see. We were able to come there. Listen, so I sit on throne. Then you see somebody sit and give answer. So you never know. The subject is not told. The subject is not. You have no idea of the subject what you're going to ask. Yeah. So then there was no somebody debating, none of that. But anybody can ask question. On some subject system like that. So in those early times, Lama used to do that. So the Sanghas were quite a bit, worried, because you never know the subject. You see what? So anyway, so then it was done Dhammasala. Dhammasala. I think one time it was done, only one time. I think. As I remember. So it was Champa Sangbo. It was Champa Sangbo. I think here you wouldn't. I don't know. I'm sure. I don't remember. What he said. I don't remember. The Champa Sangbo. He's American. American. He came in the first course. He came in the not first. Second government meditation course. He came. So and then he became a monk, and he did a 3-year Yamantaka retreat at Dharmasala, backside on the mountain. Somewhere up there to retreat under the guidance of his Rinpoche past life. So it's close contact. So he's one among the students. He's one who finished 3-year Yamantaka retreat. Then they're both of the Americans, Paula and Raja. So, but they did he did Hiruka Bodhamandala 3-year retreat. She did Vajrayogini 3-year retreat at the Milarepa Center. In the forest, it's very tiny house. Then later, he did Yamantaka retreat. I think maybe Chineland, I think. And then she did Yamantaka retreat at the Vajrapani. So now they're thinking to do Guyasvaja long retreat. He's preparing for long retreat with Macha. And she's thinking, she's not thinking with much about some other practices. So anyway, so, what do we say? Yeah. Sorry, my talk went long. The main thing is the examination. So Champa Sangpo was the Lama asked to give the answer. You see, then so the I think maybe maybe I might have put the question, or ask somebody to ask the question to somebody. I asked somebody to ask this question. I think why Namaguru was why first? When you take refuge with Namaguru, why Namaguru comes first? Why? So then there was a gesture invited from the library also. Lama Ishi was there. So I think probably the room was kind of full. I think it's some sound which is a room, in that. So then that time, that gesture from library said that it's because the Guru is kinder than all the Buddhas. That's what you recite Namaguru. So it's mentioned, but yeah, that's correct. But it seems it is not only that, because it's kinder than all the Buddhas. Yes, it's correct, but I mean, you can see, yeah, because here on the Lama Chapa, you see the Suju Thamba Gumbo, the ultimate Guru, you see. Oh, then it's manifested to prevent, kept up, it's prevented all the 100 types of deities of how the reality of all the Buddhas, you see, manifested, see. So everything comes from the Guru. Every Buddha came from the Guru. That means Dharma, Sangha, all came from the Guru. See, so that yeah, so. So as a so not only the kindness you can answer from there, even from here, but it's not only kindness. It's because it's the evolution. where all the Buddha came from, where the Dharma came from, all the Sangha came, it came from the Guru. It came from the Without Guru, there will be no Buddha, there will be no Dharma, no Sangha. Oh, that's what as Kirti Sangha said. Lama may be Korona Sangha system. There's no name even Buddha before the Guru. Oh, that's same. So the evolution, see. So all because that's the reason why Namaguru why first the very first whether the revolution why Namaguru come first. I think was like that. So anyway, so and then last one, Dimel Henje Gavi Rawatang. Dimel Henje Gavi Rawatang. Eme Tenyo, Kunjita, Toma Tatul, Gunzang Tondamji, Chanju Single, so on. So that extremely, actually, it's the most secret. This is a secret teaching, the most secret, the most profound meaning. But I think I can just go over the words. I think. Generally, after only having received a high tantra initiation, then you can explain these details. Otherwise, not. So just going through the words. Dimel Henje Gawe Rawatang. Dimension, simultaneous born, great bliss. Manifestations, play, or manifestations of the simultaneous born great bliss. You see, which is no obscuration, which is no false, so with no obscuration. So element then your element is inseparability. Then your then is the then must refer to deities. Your is a movement, Then is stability. So then is maybe the mandalas. Yo is the maybe the deities, I think. So the ordinary way is the earth. Then is the earth, and the yo is the living beings. So yeah, must be mandala, and the deities. I would think. Kunchap is pervading all. Kunchap pervading to all, Kunchap, and Kunjitabu, and the one who pervading all, and one who pervades the owner of the pervasiveness. You see, Kunjita. Who is what is that? So now what is that? You see. Prepare all the mentalities. Who does that? Who is the pervader? You see, okay. Then that Thoma Tatl. Who is that? Then you see, Thoma Tatl. No beginning, no end. Thoma Tatl. Gunsang Tantamji. Gunsang all is good. Gunsang all the time good. That is absolute. The absolute body is so the actual absolute body is that. Absolute body is that. To you, then I request. See that. So that's the so the request. The outer qualities, the inner qualities. Request for six. The secret quality, like that. So, yeah, the last two. So, not 100%, but anyways, is secret quality. Then I request, but I think it's secret quality. There maybe one or two, maybe more, but I don't remember. So anyway. As those both secret requesting, but I think it's secret quality. So maybe that, or there may be one or two, but I don't remember. So anyway, Thoma Tattva, which is a no beginning, no end. Sorry. Reject that. 군제 이슈로 벌죠. 딩고 콜레지 다니데 리jet도 부제스 리 찹다 부제스 비죠. 순주 담보고는 소한데 디멜 현재가 로다. 에메 땡요 군주다. 토마타르고다 토마 주소. So the primordial the primordial city terms of wisdom this which has no beginning, which has no beginning and no end, and pervade all the phenomena. You see, there's no place where the absolute guru doesn't exist. So this primordial this says. The body has a gross body, subtle body, extreme mind has gross, subtle, extreme subtle. So this is so this is So they simultaneously born greatly. So they light, you see. So they pervade all the phenomena. No beginning and no end, pervade all the phenomena. So see, there is no place. There's no place where there's no Dharma. There's no absolute Guru. There's no place where there's no absolute Guru. There's no place where there's no Dharmakaya. You see, that. So, you see, the absolute Guru they pervade all the phenomena. You see, so that so the so you see, and manifest this, you see, this so this Dharmakaya, you see, this ultimate Guru, you see, they manifest in pure form to those who have pure mind. The Ayabodhisappa Sambuddhika aspect, and you see, and then the Arya Bodhisattvas from a Sambuddhika aspect, and then the new Bodhisattvas, ordinary Bodhisattvas manifest in the Pneumatic aspect. Holy body, which is a sign adorned with the holy, 32 holy sign, 80 holy exemplifications. So you see, then ordinary beings, those who have was mind obscured, so ordinary being, you see, they manifest ordinary aspect. So, so see, so nothing definite, you know, all kinds of see to numberless sentient beings, to numberless sentient beings. So that means so you have to remember. So here you have to remember yourself. Oh, then this you see, absolute Guru, you see the this Dharmakaya, you see. Oh, then they see manifest you, as in manifest you, see. Or it's just even for yourself, see, you the one sentient being. Or you know, whether not just one, but unlimited, so many form, ordinary form, you know, manifest you to guide you, see. I can imagine. So all kinds of ordinary form to guide you. So this is, and that is not only this life, that is not only this life, no. Only this life, being human being, this life, no, not only that. From beginningless rebirth, from beginningless rebirth, this Guru, you see, this absolute Guru, Dharmakaya, then have been guiding you from beginningless rebirth. Okay, from beginningless rebirth. What is the numberless ordinary forms, numberless from beginningless rebirth. Okay, so that guides you. So this time you have this precious human body, this perfect human body, not only precious human body, but perfect human body, and those 8 freedom, 10 qualities. Wow, what's amazing is the with each one, with each freedom, with each richness, you see, wow, you can achieve 3 great purposes, you see. Achieve any happiness in future life, you can achieve. Then liberation from samsara you can achieve. You can achieve enlightenment with each of these freedoms, with each of these richness. Can you imagine? Most amazing, most precious, most rare, precious. This you see. So you see that you can achieve all this happiness, you see, and then can liberate, and then you know, because you have achieved it, so you can practice path to enlightenment, and you can liberate numberless sentient beings from oceans or some sort of suffering, and bring them numberless sentient from each realm, bring to enlightenment. You can do that, okay? So because so, but with each of this freedom, each of richness, what you have received, each of them You see, with each of the freedom, with each of this, you can do this. You can accomplish all that. Bring them to enlightenment in the future. You see, so like that. So therefore, so they receive this from the kindness of Guru. So they by showing the path, by leading oneself to create a cause, the morality, pure morality. So they then practice charity in the past, and then they get the merit to receive this. You see, so that. So anyway, including these, so receive from the kindness of Guru. So like that. So anyway, so like this, all the happiness. So all the happiness from beginningless rebirth, all the happiness from beginningless rebirth up to now, and the present, and all the future life happiness, including ultimate happiness, liberation, enlightenment, or then one receive by kindness of Guru. All this past, present, future, up to enlightenment, all the happiness, temporary, ultimate, everything that one receive by kindness of Guru, all like that. So I say, so Guru guiding you. See, it's not just it's not only this life, not only related with this the present Guru that you visualize there. Only this life, no, not like that. See, not just that. They are from beginningless rebirth guided you. So this what Guru that you visualize here, meditation, see. So this Kunzobe Lama, the Töntambe Lama, our ultimate Guru, then by manifesting these forms, this God oneself through them, by manifesting them, okay, guide oneself. You see, so like that. So see, so like that. So the kindness of Guru is just not something small thing. It's just a kind of just can't imagine. It's like limitless sky. It's like limitless sky. This kind of even from beginningless rebirth. Not from beginning rebirth. No, from beginningless rebirth. So can you imagine this? Can't imagine that. See, that. Yeah. So see. So it manifests you see, it covered all the phenomena, private, you see, manifests you when your karma is ripened, with guidance, give guidance without delay even second. It immediately manifests. When the karma is ripened, there's no delay in a second. It will guide you. So with all kinds of manifestations, only with the body spirit mind. So like that. See So, so see, so whatever this Guru say, one visualize there, what that is Dhamma. So every single thing, whatever they, those things which I mentioned before. Sutra, giving commentary, and then what now then even teaching the alphabet or then is the Tantra initiation, the vows and the initiation, commentary in the giving instructions, whatever the manga, whatever they do, see, wrathful, peaceful, the 4 actions, whatever they do. And it's all So it's all action of the it's all action of the it's all action of the numberless Buddhas, and it's all action of the and it's all action of the Sungju Tangbo Gombo or the Sungju Tangbo Gombo, the unified, the very original saviors, the Dharmakaya, okay, the ultimate guru. From where all the Buddha, from where numbers, all the Buddha Dhamma come from. See, from where all your happiness, all the collection goodness, all that from beginning of the birth, now, future, everything, including enlightenment. So so you see. So you see so you see all the action what they do is the action of that. Action of that, you see. Action of that. Oh, that's what we have to realize. What do we realize, you see? So their mind is this. So you see the Dhammakaya, okay? So we have to realize that. Through meditation, see. So that now here means. So here means every Buddha, numberless Buddha, every manifestation of this. So you you see this Dhammakaya. This okay. No beginning, no end. Tomata to go something again. No change so no beginning, no end, and prepare all for me. So this is absolute bodhicitta. Oh, so the so you see, so that means each of these gurus are numberless Buddha, or all the Buddha. Each of these gurus, all the Buddha. So it comes to that conclusion. See? So that's what we have to realize. So when we have a realization of absolute guru, when we have a realization of guru devotion, then you see the realization is one guru is a numberless Buddha, and one Buddha is in all the gurus. How many gurus one has? One or 100 or 1,000. How many one has? One Buddha is all the guru. So, and one guru is numberless Buddhas. So no differences, no separation, no separation at all. See, so you have full, I say, definite understanding from bottom of your heart. No question, no doubt. See, from bottom of your heart. All this, you see, stable. Not just on a few hours, few days realization, but stable. But even if you say even few hours or few days, you see, you have this experience that's still called blessing of the guru. Kindness of the guru, blessing your mental kingdom. That's what it's called. So even lasts for a short time. You see, so this is that. But here the realization is stable. Like that, but it's stable. See, so so see, with that, not just last for a few days, or a few hours, a few days, then dissipate. Not like that. See. So then, when you have that kind of definite understanding from bottom of your heart, without slightest question, slight doubt, then it's a last stable. Then you have realization. Then that time you have good devotion realization. You see that. So, so we have to say, so here say, So here we have to meditate our one important meditation everyday life, just general advice. So as much as possible. Every day means as much as possible. So one important meditation is this. So this, in order to go to, to complete your Dharma practice, to go to be able to develop the mind path, to go to enlightenment. Okay, so to go to enlightenment for the sentient beings, for whom? For sentient beings. Okay, so for that, to benefit others, to be able to be profitable to a sentient being. Okay, so that there were very important meditation one day in this one as much as possible. So. As much as possible, by following the outlines, the Guru devotion, we have to follow the outlines. Then build up. That is logical. To prove. So by following the outlines, and so So first one has to understand the whole entire subject by following the outline, good devotion, in the Lamrim. So one has to, read well and think, have to have understanding the outlines. And then after that, after one, become familiar with that, then for then for week or 2 weeks, however weeks, they maintain on the aid benefits, and then correct devoting words of friends. The shortcomings. If you don't have the guru, then you don't receive those aid benefits. And then the aid shortcomings, if you make mistakes, those, and then 2-3 weeks mention that. Then you, the main things you spend is 4 outlines, which I mentioned before. So that no matter how many months and years takes time. Mention on these 4 outlines. And until you get the realization what I mentioned before. So the 100%, the understanding one Buddha is all the Guru, one Guru is all the numbers Buddha. So it's no differences. Guru and Buddha, no difference for your heart. So no slightest question. So stable. That understanding, that feeling, stable. So lasting. Not just a few days or not just a few hours. Not that. So until you get that stable realization, no matter how long it takes time, you have to do that, to achieve this. So then once you achieve this realization, then there's unbelievable devotion. Then that becomes that causes to receive great blessing, greater devotion. There is. Then greater blessing, Guru, you receive in your heart. From there, then greater blessing was what Guru will receive. Then quicker and easier. Then also the rest of the realizations from beginning of the path, perfect rebirth. From there. Gradual path of lower capable being and general, gradual path of middle capable being and general, gradual path of higher capable being. So the 3 principal aspect part from there. Then also then tantric realization. So then it quickly easily happens as that. So then become as a successful attaining path, attaining enlightenment. In the whole path from enlightenment. So without that, without the correct devoting virtuous friend, then all this success attaining beginning path, perfect image, but up to enlightenment doesn't happen. So therefore, Therefore, this meditation is called root of the path, root of the path to enlightenment. The root was meditation. See? So that David Justin said that the Bajapani when he first came there. So in the Lama outline, you see, by training the mind in the Lamjitsawa, Shinge Tembe, Chudang's way of devoting the virtuous friend. By devoting the virtues, the second outline, by devoting the virtuous friend, then how to train the mind in the path. Then how to train the mind in the path. So said, so these two outlines same, you know. People think, you know, how to train the mind in the path of enlightenment is more important. That's the main one, and the Guru devotion is not important. So Rinpoche said that. Rinpoche said that you see, on the animal, you see, you put on the horse or animal, whatever animal, you know, you put one load, you put this side load, put the other side load back on the back side. You see, you put this side load, but the other side load. You don't put it, then it cannot stay. It cannot stay. It cannot stay there, you see, without the other load, you see, to balance. So let me use that example. So you see, so like that. So the root of the path from enlightenment, good devotion, that one is important as the second one, mind training, the path. So let me use the two weight, you know, two luggage, you see, they all put on the animal backside, you see. So so that. So how you are? So that. So here. So. See. So what? So what we say? to what we have to plan is what we really have to plan to develop mind in the path of enlightenment, you see, in this life. In this life, if we cannot do it in this life, developing mind in the path of enlightenment, you see, if we cannot do it in this life, then not sure when. So extremely hard, it's difficult, so most rare. So then again, you see, how to say, endlessly suffer in samsara. So she can that you see. So how to find opportunity to receive teaching, to learn and to practice and to have a realization, to build the mind step by step to enlightenment. You see. So this is what needs to be done. So this way of practicing Dharma, which is mentioned on Lamrim, and achieve realization step by step. You see. So if this doesn't happen, then you see, if this doesn't happen, then to have realization. See, if this doesn't happen, then even you have studied all the Ganju, Tenju, 300 volumes, Tenju, all the great holy beings, Pandits, all the commentaries of Buddha's teachings, root texts, then all the 100 volumes of Buddha's teachings, even you memorize, as I said, even you studied it, then all the great, like Lama Tsongkhapa, the great, many enlightened beings from the 4 traditions, the Buddhism 4 traditions, so all their commentaries, you memorize, by heart. Even by heart all this, you see, and you can even explain to people by heart. But we see, but without meditating, without practicing, without attaining the realization, then your heart is totally empty. Even intellectually all that many 100 volumes of teachings, by heart, it can explain well, but your heart is empty. So empty, as the heart is empty, then you see all the emotional mind will be there, all the delusions, all the emotional mind, self-chasing thoughts, and everything, no change for them. Everything will be there. You see, so and then continuously creating the karma is also there. There's no change. So it's like, you haven't met Dharma. It's like, even you can explain about all that, all those by heart, but then no realization. You see, all those delusions, all those are there, emotional mind, this same, you see, problems, all the problems there. So it's like you haven't met Dharma, like you haven't understood that, like you haven't understood Dharma, like you haven't met Dharma. It looks like that. It looks same. So looks same. You see, then nothing gets purified, and you see, it comes collected from beginning, but that doesn't get purified. All that, you see, they're collecting extensive merits. That happens. So therefore one intellectually one know vast, or one know middle, or one know the essence, Sutta Tantra. But most important thing is the practice. Most important is to meditate on Lamrim, 3 principles by path of enlightenment. So to gain experience, you see, that, and then the next one is Tantra. So to get experience of those, see, so whether one has vast understanding, intellectual, middle understanding, or the essence. So, however, most important is integrating and practicing, see, to meditate practice, see, to get experience. Yeah. So that is a realization. That's as much as possible to make the mind as much closer to realization is the most important thing. It's the most important thing. So then, when we as much as that closer to realization, then also mind gets more subdued, more subdued, more peaceful, more happiness, more inner happiness. So you see, less problem, less obstacle to practice Dharma. So like that, you see. So anyway, so we have to think about the project. The development of the mind, the path to enlightenment, the most important project, most important project to yourself, most important project, the greatest benefit to the sentient beings, to your mother, sentient beings. The greatest benefit is that. So yeah, so the Guru, one meditation Guru devotion, see, so like that, you see, as I mentioned before, to have realization, that you see, so essential. Then then you see another meditation is after one has studied Lamrim, Liberation Palm or Lama Haiba, you see, after having read to the times, make familiarize, and then you see, then do the meditation, see, step by step, from perfect rebirth, you see. So no matter how many months and years takes time, every day, if possible as one can, then meditate, you see, perfect rebirth, you see, and try to achieve the perfect rebirth, or perfect rebirth useful, difficult to find, again, the impairment that. So there's one part, or so one section. That's it. Then until one achieves realization, realization of all this. However, see, no, how say, no attachment, no interesting at all, no interesting at all. See, say this life, say. So see, see. So it's like it's like used toilet paper, So the text says that when you throw spit, luba, spit over the rock or the stones like that, so you won't touch. See. So anyway, use toilet paper. You see, so it's like that. You see, total no interest, no attachment. See, so like that. See, yeah. So yeah. Then you see, as Nagarjuna said, you see, you see the object, you see, comfort and the comfort and no comfort, you see, and praise, praise and criticism, good reputation, no reputation. You see, whatever you see. So this, you see, this equalized to your mind. This four desirable objects, four non-desirable objects. So equalized. So there's no attachment to these four desirable objects. So then when there's no attachment to these four, then these four objects, for desirable, for non-desirable, for that mind is equalized. You see, whatever happens, it doesn't bother. Whatever happens, it doesn't disturb your mind. Disturb your life. It doesn't become a real problem. It doesn't become for the people in the world. for the people in the world, who say who hasn't renounced this life, or who doesn't have the who doesn't have the realization and impermanence that you see. Can be said that way. Who didn't let go, who didn't let go at all Dharma, who didn't let go at all Dharma, who still, holding, who didn't let go of Dharma, who didn't let go the, desire to the four desirable objects, who didn't let go, then of course, because we didn't let go, then because we attach with that, then this unhappiness or this, discomfort or the no comfort, criticism, no praise, criticism, then is no reputation, you see. So the opposite happens, then your mind becomes so unhappy because of the attachment this what is about. Then you see, so when this opposite happens, mind becomes so unhappy. So it's caused by so due to attachment, clinging to this life. So therefore, when one will let go of the attachment to the four desirable, then this all the four desirable, four undesirable objects for for other people in the world who doesn't practice Dharma. Then for you it is equalized. So whatever happens that doesn't really become problems. That so free from emotion, free from these negative emotions. And so that's incredible sunshine in your heart, peace, you see, happiness. So that you see. So anyway, so so however, you see, so reach that anyway. So other there's a whole bunch of all the one by one, into how many months, year takes time to get realization, which was by mentoring every day. So then all the Lord suffering and refuge, committed together in the karma. So that's the gradual part of the local being. Then after that, you see gradual part of the middle being. See the general suffering samsara, the evil 12 dependent related limb, and the sufferings of the human being. You see the real sufferings of those you see. So 3 types of suffering, all those you see general suffering as well. Then you see realize how the desire and formless realm totally only in nature of suffering. So so like you see can't stand even day, minute, second, you see can't stand to be in samsara. So you see the samsara all like being in the center of the fire, like being in the prison. Like being in the prison, or like being in the center of the fire, see, can't stand. So can't stand them. So constantly, your wish is constant, can't stand it all. You constantly looking for liberation. See, free from this. So the person who's caught in prison You see, so see, constantly, the wish to be free from some prison. You see, so here. You fell in the fire, and can't stand even a second without being free from the fire. So like that, you see. So you see the sufferings are unmanageable, okay? So then you see, then think about others, how they're suffering samsara, then develop compassion, you see. So stronger renunciation one has. When you think about others, then you have a stronger compassion to others. So that the stronger compassion you're able to generate, then you're able to generate stronger bodhicitta. Stronger bodhicitta you're able to generate, then you're able to achieve enlightenment kuka. That's why Mithya Buddha was Bodhisattva much earlier, but Shakyamuni Buddha became much later, Bodhisattva, generated bodhicitta much later, but Shakyamuni Buddha achieved enlightenment much earlier, before the Mithya Buddha, because Shakyamuni Buddha's the bodhicitta is much stronger, the compassion is much stronger. For example, you see, both of them, when they were Bodhisattva, they saw the 5 tiger family dying in starvation and Nama Buddha, you see. And then they went back to home together, and then Buddha alone came back, with Bodhisattva. Alone came back, and then they totally offered his body completely offered to the 5 tiger family who died in starvation, you see. So like that, then they become the disabled. This 5 tiger family, due to the connection, become disabled. So they gave teachings. So they have like that. So stronger renunciation, one can say to one samsara, then that's how the stronger compassion to others. When you think of others, how they're suffering from that, there is somebody that achieving that with kuga. So generally, so therefore generally, you see, to anybody, not only the animals that you like, cat or dog or some some type of animal that you like, so much, you see, not only compassion to that, but compassion to all the animals, to all the human beings, to any sentient being, to anybody, you see, you are able to develop strong compassion to anybody, you see. Normally, strong compassion. Then, you see, whoever has a strong compassion to the sentient being, then that is the person who can achieve enlightenment, the kuga. That is the person who can achieve enlightenment, kuga. You see, who is able to say sacrifice life more from the heart, you see, dedicate more others. So that person, this strong compassion is achieving enlightenment, kuga. So that so anyway, then so that after renunciation, then bodhicitta. So that those two have to go step by step. Then the other meditation. Maybe I start here soon. Then the other meditation is emptiness. So every day meditation emptiness, either with the Dhammakaya when you're doing sadhana, or other times, even break time meditation is, as I mentioned before in the past, or that, or during Dhammakaya meditation emptiness, or the other times, so some meditation emptiness, so then you see, so in that way, before we die, either you have 4 realizations, or you have 3 realizations, or 2 realizations, or at least 1 realization before we die. But at least you see, the mind is very close, very close to the realization. So therefore, the next life, when you're born a human being, the minute when you hear the teaching, you get realization. So that at least close to the realization. See, that's even that. You see. So however, this way is the way how one makes life so meaningful, And then you see, so this way, there's some progression happening, some realization, or at least close, you see, to achieving enlightenment for sentient beings. So otherwise, even Otherwise, study, they feed the brain, like computer, like feeding the computer with the information, the whole world news, everything you see in the computer, you see. So the becomes like that, you see, and then you see, so so the same problem, or the emotions, and then the same, no inner peace in the heart, like same as like before you met Dharma, before you haven't met Dharma, it's the same. So and then there's nothing special at the time when you die. When you die, there's nothing special. You see, a sign of best Dharma practitioner dying. See. So I think unbelievable joy, happiness. So so you see, not having that, even there. So very comfortable. Just happy, very comfortable. Full confidence. The good birth. So, in the middle Dharma practitioner dying, is not there. And even the lower Dharma practitioner who have dying, with the total reliance to Dharma Sangha, then no fear of that. Even that is not there, not happening. So then with great fear, unbelievable fear, then and the practice Dharma, then the danger to be reborn lower realms. So then so yeah, then there's no opportunity as a practice Dharma in the lower realm. You're unbelievable, totally overwhelmed by suffering, but continuously overwhelmed by suffering. So no, besides no opportunity to practice, no opportunity to learn Dharma. So so I say, and then I say, then the shine, and to do shine, not easy to do shine. You need very pure morality. You need to preliminary, very pure morality. So if you have that, then you also need a lot of merit, good karma, to achieve realization of shine. So you need all the cause of shine to have realization is cause. Those are the basic causes. So then you see. So basically, also that you have done correctly devoting virtue to friend as much as possible in the past. So also, I'm sure, a lot depend on that. So yeah. So see, then see. You see, but I mean, one can try, of course. You see, one can try, but of course, one has to understand well the technique. One has to understand well. Then I mean, one can try, but yeah, we can try. Then, of course, if you get better, if according to the text, getting better and better the concentration. You see, and then you can continue to develop. You see, but if you become lung and it become unbelievable lung, and you see, that's a realization of lung, you know, realization of lung, and you see, yeah, man, so lung is the man of that, so then you see, then I think you're pushing kunning is no good with it, but then it could only get worse. So yeah. So if there's some progression happening, then must continue. See, as much as possible. Don't stop. See, must continue there. So I think you need pure morality, and you need, in the past, how you did the practical devotion. There's a lot. I think a lot about that. You see. So they say. So so I heard, you know, I heard this somebody, you see, to try to shine, you see, yeah. So went from Switzerland, you know, to Dharamsala on the mountain to meditate on shine. So of course the person have studied, you see. I don't know finish Madhavika or not, but maybe Parchin, maybe the going beyond wisdom is a Parchin, the Paramedian, you see, or Abhisamana Karika studied, you see. I mean, quite a bit studied debating, studying, debating is done, you know, for many years. But I see, so I think then you see, so meditation. There was some there was some Yamantaka retreat, short Yamantaka retreat was done at the beginning. I think I heard. Maybe use this very secret meditation Yamantaka. Giving only 3 people. Giving to only 3 people. Very secret. I received 2 times, but of course, you know, received two times. So, so they see. I did a little bit that in the beginning, but I think maybe didn't have much karma. You know, they need perfect all the cause of shine. You have to make sure you have all those. You see, otherwise, you know, it doesn't work. So anyway, then you go lung. They got so much long. Then say you are mentioning like this. Then at the end of the session, you are like this or something like that or something. I heard not very complete trend. Or then you see, got angry. There's some noise happening outside. You get then you got angry. You see, got angry. Then because you see Dharamsala, the house is quite high, so then you go outside. You fall the rocks, you know, stones, throw down over the animals, down the goats, sheep down there. You throw rocks, stones, things that, you know. And then then person went around India. Sadhus to kill the loon, you know, trying to get to the loon. See, then I had one sadhu. Sadhu is very far where the camera is, maybe even more far. See, the sadhu, way from there, sadhu was doing like this, like that. You see, like this, and then the person standing here was loon. You see, then I felt better. Where from there he was doing like this. So yeah. So I don't know what happened at the end. Went many places to get cure, you see, and then so so like that, you see. Yes, one has interest in Shine. It's good, but you have to check the causes. What you have to. You see, that's what you analyze and try to have those, or however you see. Yeah, so that so if something bad and negative karma says, wow, with the guru something happened, you have to purify, a strong purification of things, compassion, strong purification, also things that you see how you are. So yeah, so then if it's not working, then better stop. Then do other things, more other beneficial things. But if it's working, it's getting better and better. Then continue. Then, so it is said when it's developing, or maybe reach around the same, I don't know, middle or something, getting better and better, then you can stop the sadhanas. You can stop the sadhanas, the commitments, because this one has a great accomplishment. You see, when you achieve this, then very very easy the mind to be in the virtue. Very easy to mind to keep the virtue. Very easy, and also very easy to achieve other realizations, tantra, so forth. Easy to achieve realizations. Bodhicitta, so forth. So because of that great benefit, great profit there, so then you can stop the mental commitments, you see, reduce, you see. So you can, because what's more important is because we can possible to achieve the realization, so because that, you see. So that's what Kanchama also said. So that, so however then, because the tantra, the generation stage, generation stage, and then you see, during some meditation generation stage, then the completion is by during the prayer to go through the understanding what is by doing prayer. So it leaves positive imprint mind to the one kind of meditation. You see the more generation stage. Then see. Especially after you had bodhicitta realization, then put more time in the tantra. Then after that, before that, put more time into realization bodhicitta. Then that's what makes life most meaningful. So, however, yes. So if not Lama Chapa. Even can do that's best. Then Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga, which has Lamrim prayer inside. So I see. So the practicing Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga, tantra there. So you need to have foundation before the Lamrim realization. In order to Lamrim realization, every day you need Lamrim prayer recited based on Guru Yoga. So even say, or if in case that is very difficult to do, even with the succession yoga, if you're doing succession yoga, Lamrim prayer before the Guru absorbs to you, but if you can do Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga, it's very good. So I have so that say Lama the direct meditation. So is it the Lamrim meditation, eternal realization. So see to eternal realization. So must based on the direct meditation on Lamrim. See one of Guru Yoga. Then you do the Lamrim prayer. You see then the mindfully, as much as possible mindfully. Then it leaves positive imprint of the whole path of enlightenment within that minutes, within that 2-3 minutes. You see, incredible preparation is done in your heart, in your mental continuum for enlightenment. See, seed planted. So how many times you want to start to end one day? So you see, the Lamrim prayer then must make sure your mind don't get distracted. Must pay attention to that, so that truly positive imprint. So that planting the seed of realization. See, so that's so important. So that to support. See, so however then, there's Then doing everything in the break time, doing everything as much as possible with the motivation bodhicitta. So, all whatever activity, eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, whatever activity you want doing job, whatever, then as much as possible with the bodhicitta motivation. See that. So then everything becomes not only good karma, cause of enlightenment, cause to liberate the number of sentient beings from oceans of samsara, and cause to enlighten number of sentient beings, bring number of sentient beings to enlightenment. So it becomes that, you see. Whatever one does, you see, as much as possible, with bodhicitta motivation, as much as possible. See that the more in the break time from sitting meditation, see, that's the most important thing. So there. So they say, what I was planning was the besides Lama meditation, you see, during every day, the other break times, you see, from break time not from practicing Dharma, but break time from sitting meditation, you see. So I say, how to make the collect the most extensive merits and to collect the most expensive merits and the say. 이게 디치 짐바다 이게 디치 짐바탕 년당 로당 sembatang ten sembatang gombate 추주 단위도 수 10 dharma. So the 10 dharma see to those 10 is whatever, to say, able to do that makes life so meaningful, see. So that so it's going to go over that to say, powerful purification and quite extensive medicine, you see, very productive life. So it was getting late. So they say that was what I was planning. So then go say. Okay. Oh, I forgot. So see, I also explained that about Lama. Okay, I explained about Lama. So the Lama just wrap. Okay. So now this Lama. Okay. This absolute guru, see this, from where all the Dhamma Sangha come, okay? So they manifested in the Kunzobe Lama, the guru of the all-second mind, you see. Kunzobe Lama, see. So the so this also manifests the Shakyamuni Buddha, and then you see the 12 deeds. I'm sorry, 12 holy deeds. In this world, so revealed Dharma. So these 100 volumes, so it came from the Lama, came from the Guru. So like that, see. So Lama, then that manifests Tomba, founder of this Buddha, the present Buddha's teachings, founder of the present Buddha teachings, Lama Tomba. Then it's founder of the present Buddha manifests into that, Satyamana Buddha. Then destroy, not only destroyed one's own delusion, but destroyed the causal suffering of others, karma and delusion, see, destroy others, sentient beings, causal suffering, delusion, karma, okay? So, the four Maras, not only destroyed his own, but also others, okay? Destroy four Maras, okay? Then, see. Then, another meaning of then qualified is Gushi Shingaden, 5 times of wisdom and 4 kayas. Gushi Shingaden. That's another way of explaining. One way. Then there's a particular Wangchu Yundenje, common say Wangchu. How do you say Wangchu? Ocean. Ed qualities. Ed quality, 8 controlling power. 8 controlling power. So there's a common one and an uncommon one. So the Buddhas is the uncommon one. So they could have that meaning. Then they means gone beyond samsara, and then from the raw nirvana. Then so it's all qualities, expressing qualities of the Guru. You see, gone as it is. Gone as it is. So means you see, realized, directly seeing emptiness of all the phenomena. Directly seeing emptiness of all the phenomena. Okay. So Teishin Shakpa. So directly seeing emptiness of all the phenomena as it is. Directly seeing as it is. As it is empty. So like the bird flying in the sky, you see. Bird flew away in the sky. So you see omniscience, the Dharmakaya, seeing all the phenomena, you see, empty, and the nature emptiness, directly seeing that, not only that, in eco-postmentation, emptiness, forever, in eco-postmentation, forever, with that, see. So while teaching Shabbat, while meditating in eco meditation forever, immovable from the emptiness. At the same time, Buddha, you see all the conventional truth. So conventional, the truth for the obscure mind. You see, number sentient beings and their mind, their level of intelligence, karma, everything. And their suffering, and all the methods of what each sentient need exactly to bring in happiness, from happiness to enlightenment. Then it's manifest with the Buddhist mind, numberless, and see, reveal the methods and guide them from happiness to enlightenment. So at the same time, while meditating, while you see the omniscience, the Dharma, meditating, directly seeing emptiness, forever, immovable from the emptiness. In ego pose meditation, immovable from that forever. So you see with that happening doing these two things at the same time. So teaching Shakpa, so that's what the Buddha's eye is a half. Buddha's you see, half eye down is imitation. Buddha's holy mind, you see, omniscience is Dharma immovable in emptiness, immovable from the emptiness. You see, meditation forever. See, so that's what half eye down. So half eye opened. At the same time, the seeing everything here, not the truthful mind. So the different level of mind, all the methods, then manifest numberless forms, and the pure and impure, pure for the pure, impure for the impure mind. Then bring them from happiness to happiness to enlightenment. So the half eye opened is the meaning that half eye closed meaning that you see. So Buddha's eye is not the see wrathful is different, but here you see the peaceful aspect of Buddha's eye should be not big. You see the eye should be very fine, long, and very fine, very peaceful like that. You see, half open and half closed like that. Like that, see. So maybe the meaning of that. So the Dachumba, then having destroyed Dachumba is having destroyed the enemy. And then there's the enemy is the delusion, see. Delusion. Then there's also self-changing thought. You see, correlate to could relate to that having destroyed enemy. So related to delusion, related to self-changing. Then you see the dualistic, the mind and appearance. So it could relate to all of that. So how about the having destroyed enemy, Dachumba, Yang Takbar is completely pure, Yang Takbar, all the gross developments and the gross developments, subtle developments, completely purified. Yang Takbar, completely cleaned. Yang Takbar. Zog is complete. Then because of that, all the qualities completed. All the understanding, all the qualities related completed. Yang Takbar, Zog. So Zog. Then Sang, same meaning. Sang. So Sang. Sang is the wake up. Sang, wake up, you see. Illuminated, wake up, I think. Like wake up from sleep, from deep sleep, you see. When deep sleep, then you know nothing, see. Deep sleep, and then wake up from that, then you see, alert, aware, see. So, Sang. So like that, you see, all the development, darkness of all the developments, you see. Including ignorance, you see. Then eliminate completely. Sang, completely eliminated, you see. Sang, purified. Then, because of that, then lotus blossom, then all the understandings developed. Sang, glorified means Dharmakaya, having Dharma glorified. There means Dharmakaya. Gyalva, the victorious Buddha, Gyalva, Gyalva is the victory over the sea. Obscurations, subtle, gross and subtle. or the Jalwa, you don't, yeah. Yeah, I think that's virtue of the two obscurations. So you're free from that. Java, Sakyatuba is the caste. Buddha was born in India. See, the Sakya caste. Sakyatuba is the mighty one, mighty. Tuba, mighty one. See, able to abandon all the, all the obstructions, abandon, see, and then able to see, directly see all the phenomena. So could have that. The Ashaka Tubalat, the Chasalu, prostrate, see, make offering chota, gives you go for it. So that or sometimes I had change up to political, change up to political blessings. So however, if you recite these 100 million eons of negative karma get purified. If you recite this, Lama Tomba, Jumdente, Tejen Shaba, Da, Jumba, Yang, that was, I saw in the Ganjur, Buddha's teaching Ganjur, they mentioned to see, Tribum is a 10 times 100 million. 10 times 100 million is one tribum. 10 times 100 million. So 10 times 100 million eons of negative karma get purified each time when you recite this name. So must realize how you're so fortunate, how we're unbelievably fortunate. So, and especially you've been waiting for me, then you can. You say Lama Tomba or Omonimune? Lama Tomba. Huh? Lama Tomba? Omanimani. 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 Money. Omanimani. You mean this one? Money. Huh? What? Yeah. Not money. Not this one. This. Huh? So, I thought I had a glass. I forgot to see. I thought I had a glass. I went to It's like the Heart Sutra. Where's this? No, this, no, that. I thought I had. It's many times it happens. So here I want to say something. So, mantra is Om Mune Maha Mune. So it's not Om Muni, not that one. So many texts, in Tibetan text, many texts has got Om Muni. And only few texts has got Mune. So Gyabje, so the great Bodhisattva, Kundan Lama corrected when Rinpoche was giving Bodhisattva teachings to the Buddha monastery, way up there to Lamas and Geshes and so we're up in the Gulupa monastery over there. So I think that time explained the thing, or maybe explained to myself also in the room out there. It definitely said it's wrong. Muni is wrong. Mune. I think there must be some texts of Munaye. Mune, Mahamune. So I think should be said Mune, Mahamune, so on. But some texts is Mune, correct? The Mahamunaye. But I think it should be same. Tuba. So why when it comes to Maha, then you say then you change money from money to mana. So, mana. So maybe there's some degeneration. So I think money, ma, money. So everybody must understand that. But I checked the Geshamba Jatsus. The relative Geshesh, I don't know what's the name. Sherab, Losonovu. There are 3 monks and son, 3 monks and son at university, 3 or 4 monks who are expert in Sanskrit. I used to ask him time about Sanskrit. So he seems didn't know that. I was asking him. So he seemed to be reciting muni, So I mentioned what Captain Lama said. So he didn't take it that as wrong somehow. But Captain Lama was, as per Sanskrit, you see. So Rinpoche said that mune, ma mune soha. So the reciting this Buddha's name is the most unbelievable purify 10 times 100 million eons of the karma get purified, and still on the top of that, like that, it says 100,000 times. So so terbum, 1 terbum, then you see 100. So 100 on top of that, 100,000 times it says like that. So so like that. So that 100,000 times it says like this, 100,000 times. It doesn't say 1,000, 100. It is 100,000. So I think it means like that, 100, and then 1,000. 100 like that, 1,000. So it mentioned that. So however, most unimaginable purification, this one, to recite this. So, and then this this makes us to meet Tantra teaching in next lives. Reciting this name makes us to meet Tantra teachings in the future life. So that there's one from the Ganjur I copied. There's one page, small page, about benefits of this, and but I think I did the room at Ganjur and the Kapan monastery. Then I left on the table. Then I didn't get it back. I think lost. So it says that, you see, this is an incredible benefit. This, so it's a very, very precious. Okay, so you think that at the beginning you think the Lama, meaning Lama, is just the essence. I just went to the Lama Chepa, the prep like this, but actually, you think that. I just elaborate like that, but the main thing is the last one. Last two, the last 2 stanzas. Okay, the ultimate guru. So so liberty of the Lama, the meaning, then you say, everything is that. There's nothing separate from that. It's everything that. So when we say Lama Tsongkhapa, or same, Lama is that. So one Tsongkhapa. Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, Guru, Lama, or that, what I explained before. The Shakyamuni Buddha. You see? So everything is that. Okay, so so this. So I think I stop here. Okay, so okay, so so they say. So I'm not going to go through this. This journey in the life, make the life most productive, most what to do. So another useful advice. The 10 is like this. I'm not going to give commentary now. I think this came from material teachings, and so how to make life most productive, beneficial. See, and so you get to message. That's not ordinary writing lesson. Writing the text. You see, especially the parts department the text. You see, Rab benefit I explained before some nights ago. So that is most unimaginable purification. Marriage can't imagine. So I'm not going to do that. Then they make offerings. So we have been doing the offerings. We have been doing the extensive offerings with the 7 limb practice. So make an offering to Guru Dhammas. Okay, so the now Guru Dhammas in the daily life, with whom you collect most extensive merit, with whom you collect most extensive merit, that's the Guru. So Guru Buddha Dhamma, I say. So most extensive merit with the Guru. So that is so. So to make the life most productive, most meaningful, have the, to achieve enlightenment quickly, you see, and to liberate and enlighten numbers symptoms quickly. You need to achieve reality quickly. For that, you need to collect extensive merits. You see, extensive merits. So always mind you should focus on these things. What benefit most the sentient beings. So do that. So so for example, there are many quotations, but anyway. So for example, I mentioned the Guru's pulse. You see, like that. For you see. Then of course, there's offering to Guru. You see, have the, for example, perfume. You see. Very, very tiny drop, very, very, perfume, scented water or perfume, very tiny drop you offer to one small pulse, one very, very, very small, one small pulse, what they have grows small pulse. One tiny perfume, tiny, offer that, So this one, you collect far more greater merit, and then having that offered to numberless Buddha of 10 directions, then Dharma, Sangha, and statues of 10 directions, which are all the universes, statues, Stupa, scriptures. So making a sense offering to them. You see, this one, very, very, very tip of the needles, very, very tiny perfume offering to one pulse, you see. The Guru, they collect far more great merit than all those others. So, for example, that. So they were, anyway, there are other quotations. Then Nagarjuna said, Lama Choba Tamche, Bangna, Lama Choba Yangdazam, abandon all the offerings and attend to my offering to Guru. So that if I said this, that looks like, you should make offering to me, you see, looks like that. If I tell Nagarjuna's quotation, that sounds like telling you, telling you that you should make offering to me. It sounds like that. But this Nagarjuna, you see, in Tangtil teaching, explained that. In the Guru commentary, the Guru Puja explained. So all other offerings are less benefit, less merit. You see, Lama Choba Yangdazam. Attempt to offer the Guru. So why you do that? Is by placing the Guru. The omniscience, the transcendental omniscience will be achieved. By placing that, then you will achieve that the omniscience, the transcendental wisdom will be achieved. So, so that's it. So offering. Then the Jimbatang, then making charity. I already talked before about charity, or that charity, give practice of giving. Jimbatang, Nyandang, and then listening Dharma. Listening Dharma. Listening Dharma. Nyandang. Listening teaching. Listening teaching. To say, listening teaching. So then you see, for example, listen to Ayasanga Sutra. If you listen to Ayasanga Sutra, 4 words, just 4 words. If you hear 4 words from that, it purifies. It purifies. You see, it purifies the 5 heavy negative karma without break another life. Samyanga, killed father, mother, killed Arhat, caused blood Buddha, caused disunity among Sangha. There's 5 heavy negative karma. You see, collected this life or past lives. Oh, see. But just hearing 4 words, get purified. This is very heavy negative karma. Then, which causes to be born, right after that, immediately, the 8 hot hells, the last one, inexhaustible hell realm, which suffering is the heaviest, longest time. You experience 1 intimate union, so get purified. But listen for words, for that, for example. So then you listen to teachings, the present. Anyway, listening to the Dharma teaching, the teachings, unbelievable benefits. Then, they say, oh, what's that? You teach it, but then reading Dharma text, reading Dharma scriptures. So the Ayasanga Sutra, you see, so now we have made tapes. You see, Rinpoche, and my own reading, and the tapes that made tapes. So it means you see, you can play in the car. You see, so. So that means 10 non-virtues, anything comes, no question, get purified. You see, this life, past life. So when you listen to these teachings, can imagine even while you're traveling, while you're going somewhere, from office to home, whatever it is. Wow, what a purification! Can imagine. Wow. So yeah. They say. So yeah. So one thing is one thing I want to mention is that while one is traveling, I don't mean only far travel. No, normally when you're going from office to home or from a job, it's like that. I mean, is it? So rather keeping quiet, keeping quiet, even while you're walking, or especially driving car, many hours. Anyway, so whatever the time is, but rather keeping quiet. So you spend so much of your time in the car, so much of your life goes in the car. You see, so much of our life goes in the car. So then, very important to not waste life. Very important to practice dharma, and that collects extensive merit and great purification. We must always think that. Even see, because we spend so much of our life in the car. Probably, I'm not sure. Maybe half of our life goes spend in the car. Goes in the car. You see. So if we waste all, if we don't practice dharma during that time, you can imagine the totally wasted half of the life. You see. Besides waste other life, but even that would spend car. See. So so I would like to request and always remember recite mantras. Okay. Even your commitment, so if one can, maybe can't meditate, but something to recite, you can do that. And even you don't have commitment, but keep on reciting Om Mani Padme Hum, and you see, keep on reciting Genesis in your heart, or you are Genesis, then purifying all sentient beings, all Genesis in front of you, purifying you, and also however, even at least Om Mani Padme, wow, to benefit all sentient beings. Can you imagine that? With that motivation, you collect limitless scars of marriage with that motivation. You see, bodhicitta journey. So with each Om Mani Padme Hum, you collect limitless scars of marriage because you're reciting this with bodhicitta motivation. Okay, for all sentient beings. So can you imagine with each Om Mani Padme Hum, you collect limitless scars of marriage. So that is it. Can you imagine even just that? And then, of course, you can recite another. Whichever one who need to or wish to recite, you can do that. You see, so you don't waste time. You see, constantly purify, collect extensive merit, and you see, to mind. You see, to achieve realize great compassion, bodhicitta. For that. You see, so that's that was. So then also. Also, you see, studying Dharma in the car, you see, while driving car, then you see, listening teachings, commentaries, so that the Harvey, who was director, I think director, Mandashi Institute, I think director long. Then you see, Peter and Harvey and Roy, I think there's 3 people who got the center, I think mainly Peter and Harvey, who bought the center, Mandashi Institute. So anyway, Harvey, you see, while he's driving, you see, he studied Lama's commentary on Taratidamani in the car, you see, while driving back and forth, he studied the commentary, Taratidamani commentary like that, and hear many teachings in the car, so like that, you see. So how to make life meaningful, to not waste. So it's very, if it's not, you are self-recite, you see, like that. It is. So it's similar when you go for pilgrimage. You see, for example, Tibet or something. How many days you are going pilgrimage? But you see, you chant. During the time you chant Vajrasapa or something. You can count. You see, 100,000 Vajrasapa while you're walking, while you're doing pilgrimage. You can chant. You Vajrasapa here. You see, you can do that. Even during pilgrimage while walking, you can finish many practices. 100,000 Vajrasapa, and different things. We can do that while you're doing pilgrimage, walking. You see, so then with the speech, you purify your mind and collect a sense of merit. Can you imagine? Then with the motivation, then of course your motivation going for pilgrimage, you're walking or whatever, and then with the physical body, you collect extensive merit. You see, so with the bodhicitta motivation, then of course going for pilgrimage, every step you collect limited scars of merit. Every step you collect limited scars of merit. Every step, you see, if it's done with bodhicitta motivation. So, so the so 이게 뒤지 이게 뒤지 좀바다 년다 로다 삼바다 and then memorizing the Dharma text, memorizing the unbelievable marriages, especially the there are different teachings, Even this mantras, you see, even you recite this, say, Golden Sutra, say this about mantra, even you recite one word, two word from that, you collect more merit than, a general idea, okay? World, fill up gold, diamond, 7 times jewels. But there are how many equivalent number of the centigrams of the river Ganga? Equivalent number of the centigrams of river Ganga. See, that means sand, has a world fill up with jewels. The whole world with jewels. Then how many equal number of centigrams of river Ganga? Say, you may offer the Buddhas. You may offer, but I'm here. The way I'm saying is a more simple way, but in the text it's even much more than that. You say, oh yeah, even you recite the mantra, not complete mantra, just some part. See, so memorizing, and memorizing parts and part of the text. You see, so you can imagine the Heart Sutra, the mathematical subject, or the Diamond Vajrakara Sutra, so forth. Anyways, and a lot of Zibada. Then you see reflecting the meaning of Dharma. Then simple to come, then meditating on the meaning, meditating on the path. So the I left out the explain Dharma. Okay, explain Dharma. Yes. This one I'm going to explain Dharma benefit and read the quotation. Okay, from Buddha. So here many is teach Dharma. Many here you've been teaching Dharma at the center, outside. You see, so so I would like to mention this. So here, Sutra of the Sutra of the loving kindness, this roaring sound of the lion. Okay, sound of the lion. Sutra of the loving kindness, sound of the lion. They mentioned you see Dongchen Jigding Kamni Setaki Gangdes Kangla Jiba Jimbeni Sixi Jaba Jigjuna Ti Pendo Teta Jurma is. So what he's saying is the Dongchen Jita Dongchen is a great house in the world. So universe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1,000. Then that 1,000 as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1,000. Then that 1,000, second 1,000 as 1. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, 1,000. So that's the great thousand of 3,000 world. So here talking about the great thousand world. You see, fill up with the gold, and then so you offer the Buddha. Then offer Buddha that, and then if you reveal one word, 6 years, 6 Japa. 4 words of Dharma. One verse which has 4 words. One verse, but which has 4 words. If you explain that, if you express that, the benefit of 4 words of Dharma you are saying, you see, is unbelievable, much more than great house in the world filled with gold and offered the Buddha. So the giving to sentient beings, see, 4 words of Dharma is not benefit, not like before. It's far more greater. Then here it says the Pendo Chapter Doba Kanshiki Jigden Sumna Simjan Tamji Dawakanda Yava Tadakun Simjan Chila Jibachimbawe Hangeta Sanje Lugini Sishi Sisu Jaba Jijona Tinishin to Pendo Cho in this. So what is saying here in the Sutra, Chabasengata Do, anybody who want to benefit, benefit to other sentient beings, then desire realm, form realm, formless realm, you see. How much happiness there is, happiness of sentient being, how much there is, all that happiness you give to one sentient being. You make charity to one sentient being. Desire realm, form realm, how much happiness of sentient being there is, you give all to one sentient being. Then that merit, can't get tell. Then somebody see, Buddha's teaching, you see, 6 verse of 4 words, which is 4 words, you give to somebody, to one sentient being. This is the extremely supreme benefit. So far more. But then, all the happiness and the desire from the the form realm doesn't have suffering or pain. But there's a suffering change and the perversive compound suffering. The formless realm and only has the third perversive compound suffering, doesn't have the 2 other suffering. So all the happiness, you see, all the happiness you give to one sentiment, you see, the benefit is small. This one, giving 4 words of teaching to one sentiment, this extremely Shindu Pendo choice, this extremely supreme benefit. Okay? Then that sentient being will be liberated from the sufferings of samsara. So I think I related to the object sentient being. See, will be liberated from the sufferings. But I mean, could relate to also the person who say 4 words of Dharma, could relate also that. Then there's another quotation. Kanki Gange Chenye Sangye Sing. Rinchen Dunji Yonso Gangchen. Rabga Senje Jala Puada. Kange Senje Jigla Tijin. Rinchen Jimba Shindu Jachinte. Tijimba Injidudel. Chamber Tangdu Mayena. Nida Sumda Sumda Kadu. That's what it says. So what it's saying is here. What it's saying is here. Kange Chenye Sangye Sing. So the somebody, you see, Buddha's world, Sangye Sing. Somebody, Buddha's world, how many? Equal number of the sand grains of the Ganga. So they can be in the river Ganga. If it's the benefits of bodhicitta, it's not the Indian River Ganga, it's the Pacific Ocean. But this could be the Indian River Ganga. So the Buddha's world, equivalent number of the sand grains of the river Ganga. River Ganga is very long, very big, you see. So that means the world, you fill up with the 7 types of jewels, okay? You fill up with 7 types of jewels completely. With such a happy mind, you offer the Buddha. You see the offerings, can you imagine that? Wow. Buddha's world filled up with the 7 types of jewels, completely full, okay? Like that, the complete full. Completely full. How many? Equivalent number of the centigrams of river Ganga. Wow. Okay? You offer with such joy, you offer to Buddha. Can you imagine that? Wow, itself is the result of karma. Can you imagine? Wow. Most amazing. But compared to this one, is somebody offer one verse. One verse give to one sentient being. One verse of teaching, one sentient being. Can you imagine? So the benefit, you see, giving jewel, extremely extensive jewels to the Buddha. The benefit is so small. See, with the compassion, giving one verse teaching to the sentient being, cannot compare. See? I mean, this giving one verse is wow. How to say? I don't know how to translate. Chaya maybe, Changduo. No, I mean, cannot count, and cannot compare. You see, to the Buddha's world filled up with the 7 jewels, equal number of the centigrams of the river Ganga. You see, offering Buddha. So the benefits is very compared to this. Giving one verse teaching with the compassion to a sentient being, the other one is very small. Compared to this, the other one is very small. So this is numberless. This is numberless, different count. Then he says, so giving to one sentient being, okay? Giving to one sentient being. So then you see, then you see you're giving the teaching one verse to 2 sentient beings, then 3 sentient beings. So then it says no question. Then you're giving teaching to one verse teaching to 2 sentient beings, 3 sentient beings, how? Then you see no need to say unbelievable the merit you can imagine. So this is merit of explanation Dharma, to giving teaching. And then so it is said that the teaching, the sutra revealing the emptiness. There it says Sharipu, Buddha told Sharipu, anybody you see listening teachings on emptiness. Listening teachings on emptiness for 1 eon. This one. So this one is, you see, this is about the benefits of listening teachings. You see, somebody who live in the parameter of charity, morality, patience, perseverance, concentration. You see, for 10,000 eons. 10,000 eons, okay? Somebody who live in these 5 parameters, purely for 10 eons. That, and then somebody listen to the teachings on emptiness. Just listening, just hearing the teachings on emptiness, this one called far more great merit than somebody lived in 5 parameter lived in practice this for 10 eons. Okay? Then you see, then somebody listen to the teaching on the emptiness, somebody listen to the teaching on the emptiness for 10 eons. Then you see, then 1 second, like this. Here it says 1 eon, see, but that's was another story. So listening teachings on emptiness for 1 even, he says, then you see duration like this, maintain on emptiness. Maintain on emptiness, duration like this. Or this one, unbelievable, merit, more merit than 1 even listening teaching on emptiness. They say. So anyway, it says, in short, even you make one step towards to listen teaching, even you, for example, when you come here, when you're coming here from the room, come here to listen teaching, you see, he said, you make one step to come here to listen teachings, or you see, you breathe one, even breathing one time, you see, coming here to listen teaching. You make one step, or you breathe even one. There many breathings, even one breathing. See, all these are, you see, either to listen teaching or to explain Dharma. Then, when you make one step, or even one breathing, you see. So all these tamji yongsu ziba, all these are preserving Dharma. Even one step coming to here, or even breathing, either to explain or to listen. So everything becomes the preserving for the Dharma. So it is said in the sutra, requested by Lord Gyatso, you see, Zopa Changju Samda, Church Zimba, Church Bata, Sosa in Dewa, Church Ida in that Tayade, doesn't give a mission source. Then you see, the preserve the. So generating bodhicitta, preserving Dharma. So, for example, when you go to listen teachings, you say, I'm going to go there, preserve Dharma. You see, for example, things that you see. Or the discussion, or the listening teaching, or explaining teaching. You see, so you think of holding to preserve Dharma. Okay. So, or writing. So, general bodhicitta and keeping the Dharma, practicing Dharma, and compassion to the creatures. These 4 Dharma has limitless qualities. This 4 Dharma has limitless quality. Bodhicitta, preserving Dharma, practicing Dharma, compassion to the creatures. So the Buddha has not taught, as a Buddha has not mentioned the limit of this for this 4 Dharma. So the limitless. So I think so that because many people, many have teaching Dharma, so it's important. So therefore, I think it's good to know how most unmeasurable benefit you collect, so merit, so that then one can dedicate this, to achieve enlightenment, and one can dedicate all these merits to all the sentient beings. So that okay, yeah, so that's sorry, I didn't get to go through Bodhisattva. Sorry. So, but I'm thinking, maybe to continue, as a preliminary for the initiation, thinking to that, so that, so that see the, slowly, so that materials available, so that gives opportunity to many people to see. So I think, so there are obstacles happened. So they didn't go straight to say, you didn't keep on the bodhicitta. So Yeah, so apologize for that. So say, so I think that's about it. 다게 진이 사베 개와데 땡당 조와 군라 간베 케바라제스 템베 닝보 렌도 사지조 due to all the past 사시 레라레자얀다 잠바데 산제 신도 메데고 아이 가가난도 신호 저오쇼我在老的家，能够接来就做结果的。我所在的这面所所见，这位们是到我很久也到古人让他们到了真的要做。Due to the past, present, future marriage collected by oneself, 3-time marriage collected by numberless sentient beings, Buddhas, and then may the Bodhicitta be actualized in the hearts of all the sentient beings, and especially in this world, and all, the leaders of all the leaders of this world, and especially in China, all the leaders, populations, and all the Muslim countries, especially all those countries, so much suffering. Then, and then in the hearts of all those, especially in the hearts of all the students, and the benefits of projects and centers, and those who served the organization in the past, those who serve it now, those who rely on me, whom I promise to pray, which them give to me. See? And then I see pray in one's heart. Okay. 창주 심조 rinpoche 마제 방남 제주르 제 제바 냠바 메바 예고 권내 공도 배워줘 가리 라웨고 외신가만데레 벤당아엔데 와야 망르 중회네 제레 세와 덴제 야조예 샤베 세데 바도 덴조 인제当年 닌제 송도 제베람 제제레 산제 강제 덴조 창나 베모 덴제 야조라 소와 데소 셰델은 조주 벌써 스트라트네 that prayer with the as soon as the Lama portray the that's more specific prayer for the independence of Tibet today. Dona gombo jene si wang ge se je ja we chen a kang je yang so jia jie mo la gang zhe ba de san deng de niu de cha wa ren zi chang na be me jie lan du ji jian da suo ning ge su su da mi ga xian du be che be ram nian be gen sa zhou zhou jia zuo da zi zhou 没中三家家为接了大等的路啊，没别等吧。大概老子大白头头这么白等，带了牛肉。the past, present, future marriage by material time marriage by number of sentient beings and the Buddhas. Everybody in this world and all the students, all the supporters, the benefactors, the projects, the centers, and then all those who serve the organization past, who are serving now, and same here, the Universal Compassion Stupa and the Attitude Center, and here there's scheduling and then all the rest you see, the centers of there. Those you see, then oneself was a family members, then in all the lifetimes to be like Lama Tsongkhapa by having all the qualities and offer limitless guides benefit to the sentient beings and the teaching of Buddha like Lama Tsongkhapa. These are the past, but the future marriage by 1 time marriage by number of sentient beings and Buddhas. Number of sentient beings and Buddhas. Oneself also family members. There's a student being here in this universe, just merely being in this universe, this world, this country, Australia, and area, there's Bendigo, the houses, all those then sentient beings and living in this universe, world, country, area, house, all those things. May they find faith in karma, devotion to Dharma Sangha, actually Bodhicitta. And may they say, achieve enlightenment as quick as possible. May they all achieve enlightenment as quick as possible. And then you see, may nobody in this world experience war, famine, disease, economic problems, dangers of fire, water, air, earthquakes, tsunamis. May nobody in this world experience all this forever. So wherever there's danger, these things to happen may be pacified immediately. Due to all the past, present, future marriage collected by material marriage collected by number of Buddhas, that which is that which is totally empty from its side. Matter. The eye who is totally empty from its own side. Achieve the Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which is totally empty from its own side. Lead all the sentient beings who are totally empty from their side to that Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which is also totally empty from its own side. By myself alone, who is only existing from its own side. All others empty. Who's totally empty from its side. Yeah. Well, I dedicate all the merits to be able to follow holy extended Buddha Sama the Bhagavad Gita as it realizes. I dedicate all the merits, the same way 3 times Buddhas have dedicated their merits. You know that, okay? All the merits, what is correct today to become 1,000 times. Jabada Jumbayang Dabazo Singer, Namana Zoji Jabala Chazo, Samba Samba Jumbo Kundo Sambala Chazo, Diada Bezidiva, all Bonism, Duro Zame, the Diada Bezidiva, Duro Zame, the Diada Bezidiva, Duro Zame, the Diada Bezidiva, all Bonism, Duro Zame, Diada Bezidiva, Bonism, Zame, Diada Bezidiva, Bonism, Duro Zame, then all the prayers to be succeeded. Jumden the Jabata, Jumbayang Dabazo, as the Yamila Bru, Jabata, Jum the Jabata Jama Dabazo, as the Ningomada, Wadamala Jerdu, Javala Azalo, Mejun, Seje, Jave, Jela, Tenden, Lua, and Mebe, Temba, Taga Laza, Dabe, to do Jim, Dala, and Jim. So thank you very much. So there are people living. So they so already spoke. I mean, the advice that's supposed to be advice, and then so please be happy and enjoy the life with bodhicitta. Enjoy the life with bodhicitta. Okay, so that's it. Also, those who so can recite the Lamdun dedication while the people coming to.
Yes.
There's a what is it? Namjalma. So there's Namjalma. There's Namjalma. So this is Namjalma protection, but needs to be covered by plastic. So if you wear this, constantly, your negative karma get purified. So here, this one. So finally, we are able to. I added minimal prayers for the person who's keeping this. You see. This printed by Amita Buddhist Center. So this Namjalma, if you put it on the mountain, you see, then mountain becomes holy. Then everybody will climb the mountain. Everybody will climb the mountain, touch the mountain. Then they come and get purified. Animals, people, anybody. Then you see they don't get reborn Lord realms. If you have in the top, on the roof, you see, of the house, then the house becomes holy, and even the shed of the house touch any being, they need karma. insects, people, anybody the shadow of the house touch, they need to come and get purified. So that means same. So that means all the people in the house, they need to come and constantly get purified. If you have it in this house, on the top of the house or inside the house. So it's very, very powerful. Then all the people in the house constantly get purified if you have this in the room or house, you see. Then you see if you, so now I emphasize how important it should be to put in the car, so you can put like that in the car, so stick the ceiling. Or then can be made a little bit smaller, but I'm not sure. But maybe too small, maybe can't read the letters. So you can put it there where the above the window. This you can put like this. I mean, you can put one here, one there, or these ones you can put there also small ones there, maybe however. So then the car becomes holy. So anybody touch the car, then they come and get purified. Even the flies, you know, nighttime when you drive, light attracts many butterflies, or you see. So the touching the car, they need to come and get purified. So the many ants in the road, insects, you know, in the road, you see, they get killed when you drive car. So then just touching the wheel of the car, they get benefited, even though they get killed, but then they get come and get purified, and they get higher birth. So the car becomes holy. So they all get benefited. All the insects, you see, die in the car. So like that. So therefore, very very important to have in the car. So that, and then this now the very important one here in Namjama, when a person dying or dead, animal dying dead, or if you can put this on the body, this totally saved from the Lord realms, and doesn't get upon Lord realm, and you see, get a higher put. This definitely great protection. Then the Stupa is something that's cherished by the Lama Disha. I've seen this many years ago, so many years ago, but so small could not read the letters, and I was wishing to really get clear one. You see, so only recently, one nun from Singapore went to Tibet. Went to Tibet. You see, went to Tibet for pilgrimage and to see Pandalama Lake. So I told her to ask Pandalama your deity and your preliminary practices. So I gave her 400,000 Vajrasapa to do, but the Pandalama, she went to Pandalama, the Pandalama gave 500,000. Pandalama told her 500,000 Vajrasapa to recite. And then also when the autonomy will happen for Tibet, what is my wishes. So she mentioned she got the time from the Pandalama Lake. Then independence. Then after 4 years or something, you know, after some time, then also independence. So the time they mentioned when she went to Pandalama Lake. So they offered reasons. And then so she went to Wagacholung, where Lama Tsongkhapa did many 100,000 prostration on the mandala from the rock. And so there, you see the abbot of the hermitage, Wagacholung, Lama Tsongkhapa's holy place, you see. So the abbot gave her this very clear writing. So finally I got it. So yeah, so then she printed this one. So benefit of this is, you see, if you are the place, or you meet a person, or you are the place where people who broke the morality, who broke the Patimoksha morality, or broke Samaya vow, took Tantra initiation, but broke Samaya vow, you see. So those pollution, then you get a pollution from them, or being in the place, so you don't get pollution if you have this in the house, or you wearing this. And also, cause disunity among the Sangha groups, disunity, and then that place, even you meditate for 12 years, you never get the realization. So then you get pollution, you see. So then if you have this at the place, you know, then you don't get pollution. If you have the house, if you are with you, then you don't get pollution from that place where disunity among the Sangha happened and polluted the land, polluted the place, you see. So you don't get pollution. So by touching this, you don't get pollution. You are free from pollution. By seeing this, touching this, wearing this, it's protected. So you don't get upon law of rhythms. So it says, and this is also a very good one, to put when the person died, dying dead or animal, also use this. Very good. So that's so I think that's it. So to keep in the house and so this is true. Okay. So that's it. Yeah. So this is for wearing. We can put it also in the car or like that. So the blessing string is the blessing string has got many thousands of many people, and then also sometimes I chant other mantras as well for purification. So the minute you touch your body, it purifies the karma. So then, because it reduces the result, you see, the suffering. So that's why it's big protection, but also to remind good heart. To protect the wearing blessing is also to remind good heart to other sentient beings, practice good heart. Okay, so that's it. Yeah.
Page 313.
Yeah. So those who are living, please come.
Lamrim dedication.